Welcome, everyone. My name is Tonya, and this is an all levels comeback yoga class. Comeback Yoga is a nonprofit organization based out of Denver, Colorado. We are in person across the Front Range of Colorado along the I-25 corridor at posts, bases. Um, we are also in gyms and elsewhere. So check us out online and see where you can find us in person. Otherwise, this online platform is available 24 hours a day, no matter where you are in the world. And I'm so grateful that you're here for this live session. So if you'd like to type anything in the chat, love to know that you're there. Even, yes, having the opportunity to click the thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe. After this session, you'll get notices for well, if you hit the bell icon, you'll get notices for when we're going live for new classes or when new classes have been uploaded. So I hope that you do that and spread the word, spread the benefits of the practice. In this all levels class today, you can make it more challenging for yourself, or you can make it a little less challenging, depending on what you're needing. But maybe this all levels class is not designed for a strenuous level like a level 2 class. This is just a good kind of a, I wouldn't call it a beginner's class, but I'll be showing different variations that you can attempt to, challenge yourself or make it a little less strenuous, depending on how you're feeling today. And we'll be going for about 50 minutes today, starting out with some warm-ups on our back. If being on your back isn't comfortable at all, you could probably do some of this either standing or even sitting. So just depending on what is best for your body. And always remember, just do what you can. Um, Sometimes we need to back off of posture if you're feeling a lot of strong sensations. And then sometimes we can push ourselves a little bit more for growth, for lengthening, for building more strength, those kinds of things. So tune in and track sensation along the way. So try to stay present in your own body as we move through today's practice. You won't need any props for today unless you like to have something, maybe a pillow or a blanket for comfort. And yeah, I think that's all. So we'll go ahead and get started. And again, my name is Tonya, and we're going to start on our back. All right. So go ahead and lie on down. And you can start with your knees bent, maybe feet flat on the floor. And arms in any comfortable position. Maybe allowing your knees to fall together and just kind of feel gravity elongating your spine and just kind of holding you over the next couple of minutes while we tune into our body, tuning into any sensations we might pick up on, just kind of identifying how it is that we've arrived today onto our mat. Do we have any concerns or maybe fears about this class, especially if this is the first time? Is there, something, I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing this right. What am I doing? What to expect? Those kinds of things. And one thing to make sure of is that you are in a secure location where you are able to possibly close your eyes if that feels safe for you, and also to allow yourself to just be in a place that feels, again, secure. You're familiar with your surroundings. You know where the doors are. You know where the exits are. You're in a place that feels familiar. And if you'd like to start with just picking out, identifying something either on the ceiling or on the wall, something, and just focus on that for a moment, just identifying the shape, the color of it, the texture. You might have an attachment to it, an emotional experience with it. And then close your eyes if that feels good. And just keep that image in mind as you bring that object into your inner awareness and noticing where you start to maybe experience that object. Is it just in your mind, or is there a place in your body that you kind of have an experience with that object? Just even sensing it, knowing that it's there. Or is there a color that lands? Or again, an emotion? What kind of a felt sense are you experiencing? And just stay present with that and just bring that into your full awareness a few more moments. And if your eyes were closed, I invite you to lift your gaze and draw one knee in towards your chest. Your other leg can go straight down to the floor, or you can keep it bent. And you can keep it still or move it away and in, just kind of creating some movement using the strength of your arms to move your leg in. And then taking one hand or not and circle your knee, your hip out to the side and across the midline and back the other way a couple of times, a couple of rotations, sensing any kind of stiffness or resistance in the hip. And then straighten your leg to the ceiling, circle your ankle. It's getting into the joints here. And circle your ankle the other way. Good. And then lower your leg down to the floor. Stretch both legs out nice and long, reaching opposite direction. The arms and the legs, just like a good morning stretch. All right, and lower down. Let's bring the other knee in. And again, if you want a little stillness or a little bit of movement, just moving forward and back. And then circling. You can use your hands or not. And then circle the other way. And then straighten your leg to the ceiling. Rotate that ankle. And the other way. Just track sensations along the way. Good. And then both legs go straight, arms reach up overhead. And curl your toes towards your knees, press out through the heels. And lower your arms down as you point your toes away from your head. Draw your toes towards your head, arms next to your ears, and continue this. If you'd like to add breath, your breath comes in as you reach your arms up overhead, and your breath leaves your body as you lower your arms. And you might slow it down, or you might go faster. And let's do 2 more times. And last one. Great. And pause for a moment, just letting those arms, legs relax. And just feeling that surface beneath you. Noticing any changes, any shifts in your awareness or in bodily sensations. All right, and roll to one side. You can rest your head on your bottom arm or maybe on a pillow. And we'll bend the bottom knee for stability. Top leg is going to go in towards the shoulder or the chest and then up to the ceiling. So we'll lower it down and in, up and down. And just kind of move in again and kind of a range of motion that feels safe and uh, it's not painful. And then change directions. Sometimes I have to think about that. And then bring your knee out in front of you and pause. Now straighten your leg out towards the screen or towards the opposite side. You can grab the ankle or the foot here and draw your leg towards your head. And then bring your leg behind you, grabbing your ankle or your pant leg or your shin for a quadricep extension. Great. And release. Bringing those knees out in front of you. And press up. And we'll take that sequence to the other side. Coming on to the other side. Resting your head on your bottom arm or on a pillow, blanket. And taking your leg up and down. And going the other way. And then bringing your leg out in front of you, grabbing your ankle, your foot, or your calf. And grab your ankle, move your knee back behind you. Maybe grabbing your pant leg here. All right. And then bringing your knee out in front of you. We'll do a little shoulder movement here. I forgot to do this on the other side, so we'll have to go back to the other side. So you're going to take your top arm and circle it kind of behind, up overhead, and out in front. And just kind of track sensation again. Maybe there's a little movement of your hand as well. And we'll do 2 more rotations this way. If you want a little bit of movement in your head can move with your arm. And then we'll change directions. Great. Last one. And pause. All right. And press up. And we'll go to the first side to do that shoulder rotation. And then we'll get going into some standing work. So when you're ready, start to circle your top arm. Again, maybe adding some head movement. And go the other way. Can go as slow or as fast as you like. Good. Last one. And then pause. Stay for a moment and notice your body enlivening, track sensations. Just noticing a felt sense throughout your body, your mind. And press up. All right, coming to tabletop position with the hands under the shoulders for just a moment. And if you need to pad those knees if you got tender knees or even tender wrists, don't worry, we're not going to be here for too long. Just maybe another 10 seconds. I just want to get you set up, fingers nice and wide, toes tucked under so the heels are lifted, and look forward slightly as you sort of bend the elbows and draw them back. From that position, start to lift your hips and move them up then towards the ceiling for a downward dog. Straightening out the arms, maybe nodding your head, yes and no, side to side, maybe some circling. Really extending through the arms, the legs, pressing into your finger pads to create a little bit more extension, to create a little bit more sensation. And let's take 2 more breaths here. Start to notice maybe some warmth building in your body. And last one. Good. Look forward and step your feet to your hands, or bring your hands to your feet, whatever is the best way to meet those together. And then bring your hands up onto your knees or your thighs, just above your knees. Oh, my plant's in the way. And look forward. Your elbows kind of out to the sides. And exhale, fold forward, keeping your hands on your legs. Push into your legs, straighten the arms, come up maybe halfway, and then exhale, fold down. Let's do that one more time. Push into your legs, rise up, and exhale, release. All right, bend your knees, hands onto those laps again, and rise all the way up to standing. Just take a moment to get your bearings. If you came up really fast like I did, you might need a moment to get adjusted. So if you ever feel dizzy, like I just did, if you ever feel dizzy like that, just come back down to the ground, get connected to the earth. Just know that if in case you do fall over, that you're already on the ground. So let's take another moment here. Again, just kind of sensing something around you, maybe gazing at something on the wall in front of you, picking out a texture or color, feeling your feet on the surface. All right, turn towards the long edge of your mat and step those feet out wide. So once you get that wide stance, consider going a little bit wider, just a little bit. Some of you might find that you're as wide as your wrists. So here I'm demonstrating that when I flex my wrists, that if I draw a plumb line down, that my feet are about that wide. So that might feel too wide for you, but that's just an offering to explore today. All right, and then turn the toes out on this side. Turn them out. And you're going to place your right hand onto your thigh and just come down a little bit, just so you feel a little sensation. And then straighten. Turn the toes back in, turn your other toes out, and then bend. Some of you might be able to come down a little bit more. And then straighten. And let's go back to the first side. Straighten. Keeping your hands on your body to feel support. Straighten and turn out. Other side. Bend and straighten. Turn in. We'll do one more time each side. So just kind of building some warmth and stability in the body. Good. And then back up. Good. Now turn both heels in and toes out. Hands onto your waist or your legs and start to bend your knees, coming into like a little squat. Sometimes we call this the goddess squat. Okay. So we all have inner goddesses. Yeah. Okay. So noticing your legs, press down into the feet, and then take your hands maybe a little bit further out. You're going to take one shoulder, bring it forward and down and across towards the opposite knee. And then come back up through center. Other shoulder comes down and across. Little twist and back up. Again, repeat to the side and back up and to the other side and back up. Good. Now let's straighten out those legs just for a break, coming into a 5-pointed star. So from your feet, press down into the feet, radiate out through the fingers. You might even rub the fingers together and really open up here. take a big breath in. Really take up space. Really, really just feel your extended arms, your extended legs, and then bend your elbows. We'll come back down into that goddess. So the knees, or sometimes they call this horse stance. So if you prefer, I sometimes will call it the unicorn stance. All right, taking those elbows out wide and then bring your arms forward, maybe squeezing the forearms towards one another and then opening your arms out to the sides. And let's come back, press and open. One more time, press and open. Let's come back to our star. Radiate and lower down. Good. Pause for a moment. Notice if you're wobbling. I'm kind of wobbling because how often do we stand like this? Okay. All right. Let's bend those knees again, hands onto the legs. And we're going to glide. So I have to go a little bit wider here because it puts a little pain on my knee. You want to keep the knee kind of tracking towards your big toe. And then you're going to bend that leg, straighten out your other. Toes are still kind of turned out. Come back through center and then straighten. So we want to look for maybe more of a vertical shin here so that we're not putting any strain on the knee. And then straighten and then bend. If you want to, sometimes it can help put your hand on your knee and then straighten that. And that way you're holding any, if you have any issues with the knees, and straighten and then bend. Good. If you want to, you can have your hands together or bringing the arms out in front and straighten. And let's do 2 more each side. Push, straighten. Last time to the right and down. Good. And then straighten. Let's do that 5-pointed star again. And lower. All right, heel toe your feet towards one another and bring them under your hips and just kind of walk it out. So we're going to move into a floating star. So we had our 5-pointed star here, but we're going to move into our floating star and you might not even lift off. Okay, so it'll just feel a little different. If you want to be close to a wall or piece of furniture, that might help too. But we don't have to lift off. So turning one foot out, and you can kind of just rock forward and back. And then I'm going to bring your hands in front, and we'll lift off, maybe just coming onto the toes. Excuse me, arms going out wide. The next option is to just lift your leg. And lower down. I'm going to just grab a drink. Sorry about that. All right, let's try the other side. So turning out, and you kind of might rock on the foot. And then if you're ready, open up, maybe keep the foot down, or maybe you lift off a little. Maybe come back and lift off. So you can kind of just move into it and then out of it. You might hold it. You might choose to hold it if possible today. And then come down. Good. Walk it out. All right. We're going to come out wide again and turning the toes on this side. Sorry about that. So turning them out, we're going to come into our warrior 2. Your other toes pointing towards the long edge of your mat. Open your arms and bend your knee, warrior 2. Yeah. So maybe with that leg work that we did, it might feel pretty good. Good. All right. And then straighten. Let's find triangle pose. Reach towards your toes and hand can come to your shin, maybe down, or maybe it comes onto your thigh. top arm comes up. So very similar position, right? If you wanted a little bit more of a challenge, your arms go wide, just like our star pose, just like our star. And if this feels all right, keep pushing down into those arms, really expand through the arms. Good. And then from that position, let's tick tap talk back through warrior two. So similar feelings, similar feelings. All right. Press down, rise, and let's go the other side. Turning your toes out. Get really long through your arms and bend your knee. Warrior two. Good. Maybe looking over your fingertips. One more breath. And then straighten. Maybe start out in kind of a wide star position with those arms and then reach, reach, reach. And you might stay there. Maybe you open up the arms like you did in star, or maybe you touch down. And maybe you find a little bit more. Really get organized in your lower body for 2 more breaths. Great. And then come through, warrior two. Great. And then straighten. Turn your heels in, toes out. 5-pointed star. Bend your elbows to that horse stance. Good. Hands to your legs. We'll take a dip. Shoulder comes down and across. You might even straighten out that opposite leg and then come through the middle and then dip down and across. Come through the middle and let's hold here for 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Hands come down to the ground. Walk those knees in. Come into a child's pose. And if you want to turn towards the long edge of your mat or short edge of your mat, toes coming together, hips coming down to the heels. And stretch your arms forward, maybe bending your elbows. That's whatever you like to explore here in this. And let's hold here for 5 deep breaths. So you might notice it in your knees, you might notice it in your ankles, you might notice it in your hips. If it's in the knees, you can keep your hips up higher. You could also sit on a towel or a blanket. Sometimes it's in the ankles. Two more breaths. Good. Last breath. All right. Go ahead and come on up. We've got some stretching now. So come to sit up and extend one leg forward and the other leg, the foot can come in towards the thigh. If this bothers your knee, sometimes a little prop, a little pillow or something can help with that. Or maybe it doesn't like to be bent. Your knee doesn't like to be bent so deep. So you can come a little bit less flexed in that knee. All right, bring both arms up. Reach up with the arms and exhale, reach over your straight leg. So depending on how long your arms and your legs are, you may or may not access your foot today. You can always just stay here, or you can frame your leg and reach forward, or you might have access to your foot. Take 2 more breaths here. Good. And come on up. Keep that leg straight and bring your foot to the outside. So your knees up towards the ceiling. Your hand can come behind, feeling nice and tall here. So from the mat, from the floor to the ceiling, reaching in both directions from your midsection. And this might be where you stay. Otherwise, you can start to lift and rotate towards your front knee. And as you do so, try to keep that spine tall, and maybe look over your shoulder. If you're looking over your shoulder, just notice what's on the wall behind you or on the floor behind you, or is there an object again? Just kind of pick out what you see. Last breath. And come through center. Pause for a moment and straighten other leg, coming into that half fold. So knee comes out to the side, and this might be where you stay. Otherwise, extend your arms up and keep that length as you come forward. Notice when you start to feel sensation, that might be where you stay. Otherwise, come forward a little bit. Maybe your hands crawl forward towards your foot. Maybe you actually touch your foot or just hold on to your leg. Take 2 more breaths here to lengthen. And coming on up for that twist. Foot comes across, pushing into your foot. That'll help to kind of feel that stability as you lift up. And you might stay here or you might start to turn. But remember to just invite length through your spine, through your torso. So, really from the top of your head towards the ceiling and from your bottom towards the ground. And then rotate slowly. As you look over that shoulder, shoulders are broad and proud. And release, coming back through center. Take a moment to notice. So, twists can be really energizing. Um, so, just noticing that. All right. So, bring your feet together and the knees out wide. So, you can have your hands on your ankles, your shins, or your feet. And you may bring the feet in closer. If you feel yourself like this, kind of slumping, then you're going to push into the mat behind you. In fact, if you could see yourself slumping in your screen, otherwise, um, just kind of again track sensation, tracking that internal feeling. I like to use my hands behind because it gives me puts less strain in my back and it puts more stretch in my hips. This is where we're going for. Of course, the stretch in the back might feel good, but I do have my own back issues and so have to just be cautious. Take 2 more breaths here. All right, and then release. We'll take the legs out wide now. And same thing, either stay here, hands to your legs, ankles, or push down, just a light pushing. And when you do that, you just kind of start to notice how it changes the feeling of the posture. And we'll hold here for 3 more breaths. 2 and 1. Coming up, keep your legs wide. We'll take a side bend. So turn towards one of your legs. Take your back hand, reach it up overhead, and then side bend towards the opposite foot. Reaching over and across, up and over. 2 breaths. Reach up, 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 and hand down. Other side, turn towards your legs, straddle it with your hands, and then keeping the opposite hand down, reach up and exhale over, over, over. 2 more breaths. Keep that other hand kind of there for stability. And come on up, 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 up. Good. And gather your legs together, bring them forward, and either grab the back of your legs, fronts of your shins, and fold over your legs. Two more breaths. And rise on up. Come forward so that you're closer to the short edge of your mat. Grab the backs of those legs. Tuck your chin and roll down. As you come down, knees might come into the chest. And then place your feet a little kind of close to your hips or your bottom and a little wider than your hips. So almost to the edge of your mat. Maybe they are to the edge of your mat. And open your arms out wide. We'll do a little rocking side to side. So toes curl up towards your knees. And then let your knees come to the side. One side doesn't matter. Keep those toes curling towards your knees and back through center. Other side. And back through center. Keep going, keeping those toes lifted towards the knees. Center, other side. Center. We'll add a change here. Now look to the opposite direction of your knees. And back to center. Head turns other side. Back to center. Let's do one more time each side to the side. Center, other side. And center. Excellent. Let those knees fall together. Relax your toes and bring your arms across your chest, maybe grabbing side body, shoulders, elbows, whatever's available to you here. And then change, other elbow on top. You might just rest your arms on your body somewhere here. And release. All right. Straighten out your legs. We'll just do one brief side bend here. So stretch your arms and legs in opposite directions. And then walk your feet and your arms over to upper and lower corners of your mat if you're using a mat. Like a good morning stretch, open up the long side. And then walk to the other side. Again, like that good morning stretch. And come back through center. With your arms to your sides, heels down, just rock your feet forward and back, forward and back. Might notice your head moving. And we'll add the arms lift up and down. Up, just like we did earlier, and down. One more time, big stretch, up and down. And then when you land, if that feels like a great place to finish your practice today, then keep it there. If there's other movements that you like to do or any other positions that you like to land in or stay in, we've got about 10-minute meditation, so get yourself comfortable. I'm going to be sitting, so you can choose if you want to sit or if you want to be lying down. You might even lie down on your side or on your back or even on your stomach, really. So I'll give you a moment to get set up and get settled in to start to find that place of ease. So now, if you are set up, I'll lead you through a body scan today. So, as we go through this practice, I'll be leading you through different points of your body. And even if those body parts may be missing or we're disassociated with them, just approach with kindness and compassion. And as you begin to find a sense of ease coming into your body, you may fall asleep, and that is okay. I will wake you up. But I also encourage you to um, affirm that you will not fall asleep, that you will stay awake and be present for this entire practice. So begin to sense your breath coming in either through your nose or mouth. If possible, if your sinuses are clear, your breath is coming in through your nose. Just noticing the air that's passing across that orifice, coming into your body. Where do you feel it as it comes in? How do you notice your breath? What parts of you are moving with your breath? How is your torso expanding? Your shoulders might be moving. Feeling the temperature of the breath as it comes in. Anything else you might notice with your breath? And then sensing the inside of your mouth, your ears, your ear canals, your eyes, your forehead, the top of your head, the back of your head, your neck, your left shoulder, your elbow, your left wrist, your left hand, all of the fingers on your left hand, your whole left arm, left shoulder, your torso, breathing, your body progressively coming to a state of ease, comfort, and stillness. Your right shoulder, your right elbow, your right wrist, your right hand, all of the fingers on your right hand, your whole right hand, right arm, right shoulder, your torso, both arms and hands, feeling spacious awareness as we are continuing to move through body parts with acceptance, without judgment, just noticing what is in pure awareness with a felt sense of well-being. Left hip, left knee, left ankle, left foot, left toes, your whole left foot, left ankle, left knee, left hip, and your whole left leg, your torso, your back, without judgment, pure awareness, and this felt sense of well being. Your right hip, right knee joint, right ankle, right foot, right toes, your whole right foot, ankle, knee, hip, your whole right leg. Sensing both legs, pure awareness, no judgment, no stories, just a felt sense of wholeness, a felt sense of well being as your whole body is integrated, whole, complete, with this felt sense of well being throughout your being, throughout your body, throughout your mind, throughout your spirit. Whole and complete, felt sense of ease, comfort, and peace. Continue to stay present, stay completely aware. You may feel yourself drifting, and that's fine. Coming back to this felt sense of well being. Stay present, at ease, at peace, comfortable, and whole. A few more moments in silence, completely aware. Begin now to return to the sound of my voice. Return to your surroundings, sensing objects nearby, sensing the surface you're resting on, any sounds, sounds within the room, sounds coming from outside of the room. Sensing your breath. And if your eyes are open, what do you notice in your surroundings? If your eyes are closed, just maybe sensing any light coming through your eyelids. Picking up on any other sensations as you begin to find some movement, beginning to enliven and animate your body, having the choice to do so, commanding the body to do so in ways that are satisfying, gratifying, and that eventually bring you to a comfortable seated position if you'd like to join me in closing our practice together today. So once you've arrived in that seated position, take just a moment to sense, to allow a pause for the transition from lying, if you're lying, to sitting, and the pause from the yoga practice to moving into the rest of your day. And as you begin to emerge, maybe bringing your hands together in front of your heart and take a vow to take with you what it is that can serve you for the remainder of your day and to leave the rest behind. And in this, I bow to each and every one of you with great respect. And you can bow your own head with respect to your own wisdom and this inner peace. And releasing your head and your hands. Thank you so much. It's been such an honor to serve you today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Join us a couple times a day. We're here for you. And I'll be back next week, same time. So I look forward to seeing you. And if you have the means to donate, there's a link below. You can do so. Be well, and I'll see you next time. Take good care.